The following is a presentation of the Radio Misfits Podcast Network.
From the birthplace of modern winemaking, Sonoma, California, welcome to The Winemakers. Local experts Sam Couturi, Bart Hansen, and Brian Casey invite you to listen in as they discuss all facets of winemaking. So sit back, pour yourself a glass, and let's hear what the guys have to say this week.
Quiet, subdued.
Dude, it's still here in Sonoma right now, just in general.
It's the calm before the storm.
Yeah,
It is.
No diesel trucks driving by.
Right.
Where are they all?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what they're doing is they're all getting ready for harvest prep at every vineyard in the valley.
Gray skies here. You hear little bits of gray sky, and you hear little bits of
Little pitter patters.
pitter patters on the ceiling of the tent here. The roof of the tent.
It poured in Paso this morning.
Oh, that's
There's
too
like
bad
a-
for them.
Well, they need some Grenache. Let me know.
If they need some Zinfandel.
They need some Zinfandel. We'll just call it Graciano, and it'll be fine. That's a joke for the Paso.
Welcome to the pod.
Welcome back, Brian.
Yeah.
Hello, Governor. Do it. Come on.
I told you the way that I was trying to practice the English accent was this show on Netflix I think it's called Top Boy, but it's about drug dealers in London
Boy.
that come from Jamaica. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, so it's like proper brother, isn't it? And realize it has no applications in
At the American bar, the Savoy Hotel.
any of the places that I was going. Yeah.
All right. I do have a couple questions about your trip.
Okay.
So how was
Bart
the
came with
concert
prepared
at
questions
Wembley?
Cool. So originally, I thought it was in Wembley,
like the
stadium,
Giant, like the Giant Stadium.
and then I realized it was in the
The parking lot. of
arena.
Wembley. Oh, the arena.
So there's two things at Wembley: the huge place that
80,000
holds like 80,000, and that's why I was all jacked up because I'm like, I'm thinking of Live Aid,
Right.
Queen,
Yeah.
I'm like, holy
Tracy
shit.
Chapman out there with the acoustic guitar.
100%.
Right.
Like, this is gonna be fucking amazing. And then realize, it's in the thing which only holds 12,000 people. So I knew it was gonna be a smaller thing, but
Right.
that was an amazing show. I don't know if you saw the lineup for the show or what it ended up.
Well, so
being.
I saw the lineup, and I guess my musical knowledge is a very small sliver of the world because I realistically
None of those
knew
none
none
of
of
those
those
guys South by Southwest.
That's exactly. I mean, they may have played South by Southwest, but not on
Not
not
the
on the
stages
part
you
of
were
town
going,
that
yeah.
I went to.
So Brian Eno put on the show.
Right.
Brian Eno.
I certainly know Brian Eno.
Okay, so I mean that was like he wanted to do something because he was kind of pissed about what was going on in Palestine. The problem was what I heard was that Wembley didn't want anything to do with a free Palestine show.
Right.
There's some shit going down, just like what's going down here. You have this guy Tommy Roberts, who's kind of like a Charlie Kirk kind of guy, is in England right now. There was people marching in the street. I thought,
there was like a giant right march.
dude, they are so pro-Trump and they're right wing. I thought it was going to be weird saying I was from America. These people this group fully embraces right wing, totalitarian, anti-immigration,
the Brexit crowd.
Yeah. So anyway, it was kind of weird. So, but then then it seems like like a snowball rolling. Finally, people were like kind of waking up to this genocide that was going on. So more and more Hollywood celebrity types and people in the music industry were kind of getting on board. So then they just started getting all these people that signed on to doing the show. So, and I remember Sam being in the parking lot telling you that I wanted to see this woman Celeste. And I was thinking about going to Glasgow, but then realized it was DJ Celeste, not Celeste. She ended up playing at the show.
The actual Celeste.
The actual Celeste. Portishead reunited for Annie Lennox, Pink Panthers, who maybe your daughter might know.
Pink Panthers comes up on one of the Sirius XM, like the Diplo Sirius XM station. Illegal. That's her song.
Illegal. Yeah. It's the amount of people, and it just kept coming. Like it was people that weren't even on the bill. Benedict Cumberbatch was there. Who's Richard Gere was there, and then a bunch of Palestinian artists showed their artwork on the back of the backdrop of the stage, and then a bunch of people from Palestine and a bunch of reporters, and it was a very you see stuff on the news here, but then when you're in 4 or 5 hours in an environment like that of total pro-Palestinian, sort of anti-Israel group.
Well, let's face it, when you're not in the United States, you get a different perspective.
Yeah, and just hearing the stories of people, that were from there, lived there, currently live there, lost like 40 members of families, and it was crazy. So anyway, it was musically great, great night.
You were riding the rail.
So that's the great thing about traveling by yourself is you can do whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want. And so I showed up early, and I'm like, it was GA for my ticket. And when I heard it, I'm like, oh, they can only fit 12,000 people in there. And I was almost didn't go because of all the shit that was going on. It was the same day that Trump was in town. And I thought there was going to be like a Tommy Roberts crowd coming to Wembley to like start some shit. But I think they were too distracted with Trump being in town. So then it was a very peaceful thing. But yeah, anyway, I thought about not going, and then I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to go. So I went and got in and was like right in the front, and it was broadcast live on YouTube. You could probably still watch the whole thing if you want on Brian Eno's channel. But yeah, it was global media. Yeah.
Cool.
Except for the US.
Except for the US. Right. Except for the only people in the US who knew about it follow you on Instagram.
Yeah. Well, and then I didn't have a television while I was there because I was staying in Airbnbs that didn't have a TV. So then I'm just doom scrolling on my phone when I'm back in my Airbnb.
Right.
So like I'm seeing shit going down. So deleted a bunch of photos before I came back into the US because I heard that they're Pam Bondi's trying to, this is way off wine subject. This is, she's like anything against Israel. They're going to be like basically calling, Antifa's going to be terrorist. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on at home while I'm at Jimmy Kimmel and fuck my daughter's like, did you hear about yeah. Well, my daughter's like, did you hear about Charlie Kirk? And I'm like, holy shit, all this shit was going down. So I was kind of freaked out about coming back in.
Looking for jobs that would hire you without papers.
You know what? London's big.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
London's gigantic.
10 million people.
Yeah.
So it's more like New York than anything else with all the, but it's spread out.
It's geographically huge as well as population wise.
And every place is packed. The restaurants, the pubs, the bars, everyone's busy.
Right.
Traffic, crazy.
Right. Did you rent? You didn't rent a car. You just
no. And the day I landed, the tube people went on strike. So my first week was like, so then you're like, oh well, you just can't take the tube. But then no one's taking the tube. So then everyone is bicycling, taking Uber, black cabs, and buses. So then this is no shit. You wanted to go 3 miles to like I wanted to go to the Troubadour one night. It's like 3 miles and it says it's going to take 45 minutes.
You could just walk it.
What the fuck?
Walk it with a half an hour to go.
A lot of time that I spent in Uber, you would see people walking past you and you're like, they're going to be wherever I'm going. They're going to be there before me. And I'm paying $60 to go there.
Right.
It's fucking stupid. But I didn't know where I was going a lot of the times.
Right.
And that was part of the delight, right?
Just leaving the house when I checked into the Airbnb in like Notting Hill basically, and I'm like, places near me on Google, and I'm like, oh, Abbey Road is literally like 6 blocks from here.
Did you go like walk across this?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you have a picture of you walking across the sidewalk?
I do not. It's kind of crazy because the street's not closed.
Right. No. Yeah, you still have to just.
I mean, and I told you there's a lot of traffic, right? It's like, it's the typical tourist group that where like,
right.
you know, they push the light and then they're allowed to go, and it's 40 people going across this thing all
one of those like Instagram moments where you're like, oh, this is how it looks on Instagram, and this is how it looks in real life.
No, you'd have to go there at like, 6 o'clock in the morning to get an actual shot of just you walking across.
We did Dana and I did the walk across Abbey Road, and Terry took our pictures, and it's a great memory, and it's just to be there, to stand in front of it, and that big gold sign, you can feel the energy of Abbey Road.
Well, and I was thinking about John too, because I have a picture in my bathroom of the Abbey Road studios that John had taken years ago, and when he used to bring us just tons of photographs that he had taken over the years, and so that was one of the photos that I had. So it was cool. And then to go into the gift shop and see all the, and I want to buy everything.
Of course there's a gift shop at the end.
Oh yeah. And they sell lots of vinyl, Sam.
Oh, I bet.
Because Abbey Road Studios, people think about the Beatles, but so many groups.
Yeah, totally.
There's actually a great series. I think it's like Abbey Road Studios or something that I watched, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years ago of live recordings, video being recorded at Abbey Road Studios. They're fucking amazing.
The day we were there was the Royal Philharmonic. The London Royal Philharmonic was there recording something. That was just what they told us when we knocked on the door.
Yeah, you're not allowed in.
No.
Yeah, there's a big gate there that's But it was just stuff like that, and then when you hear like, holy shit, I'm by the Troubadour. Like, what's going on tonight? And then you look and you're like, oh, there's jazz tonight. And you're like, this is where Dylan, McCartney, Elton John, Ed Sheeran, Adele, like all got their career started. So then you're like, all right, well, how much is a ticket? Purchase. How much is Uber to get there? Purchase. And then you're like, okay, I'm going.
Did you know before you left that you were going to run into Sandra along the way?
No idea. She slid into my, DM on Instagram and was like, hey, are you in London? And I said, yeah, why? She's like, well, I'm in Berlin. And I said, okay, cool.
Well,
she's like, but I'm going to be in London next week. Are you around next week? And I said, yeah. So she said, let's get together. So I said, cool, let's get together for Grenache Day. Perfect, right?
Oh, right.
Owner of the Girl in the Fig and
speaking of
Grenache Day. So I had a reservation at Nipperkin, place you don't think is real.
As I said on the phone to you this morning, I wouldn't be able to go to England without subtitles. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they're speaking English, but I don't understand.
I wanted to go to this place because it's modeled after a Japanese listening bar. So that they have turntables, huge vinyl collection, but then the bar is like it's tiny, and there's little coveys and coves in this little tiny spot, and then the bartenders work on, what do you call it, an island in your kitchen? It looks like they're on an island in a kitchen where nothing's out. Anytime they make a drink, they're like picking things out from little curios and shit. It was fucking crazy. And Jazzmatazz, the album, is playing when I got there. So I'm like, Sandra, let's go. Why don't you meet me at Nipperkin? I'll change the reservation. She's like, okay, cool. Then I go, well, fuck it. That's only drinks. So then we should go for dinner afterwards. So I made a reservation at St. John because I'd always wanted to go to St. John. It's like a kind of nose to tail place. And I know Sandra has been there before. But then she, and this is Grenache Day. So I'm like, perfect. We'll go to St. John. We'll drink Grenache. And then she texted me at like 3:30 that day. And she's like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? And I'm thinking she's going to ask me if I want to go out to dinner the next night. She's like, hey, I'm kind of wiped out. I don't think I'm going to meet you at, and I'm like, wah. So she had reservations the next day at a Michelin restaurant called Cafe Sicilia or something like that. She's like, I'll change the reservation. I'm like, no worries. I'm not going to badger her over not meeting me. I'm like,
she flew all the way from Berlin just to see you.
Not at all. She's doing her own thing. She's into the AI art, and there was a big show in Berlin about that. And then there was a bunch of galleries that she wanted to check out. And she actually got into the David Bowie thing, which I couldn't get into because they weren't going to release tickets for like a month. She just showed up there anyway, and Sandra just like sort of somehow weaseled her way in. Because David Bowie has a whole thing. Yeah. Where you can actually request items, like up to 5 items, and have them out, and then you show up the next day and you can basically pick up, his jacket or his. It's fucking. Wait a minute,
I guess I don't know about this. It's a museum.
This is a museum that just got this. I guess Bowie was like a pack rat. I mean, he kept everything and collected a bunch of stuff. So he donated. I don't know. It's like 36,000 items or something to this museum. So you can go there and look at all this stuff. It's all spread out all over the place. But then you can also do a request where you can request 5 items, and then they'll set a date, and then you can come in and just kind of fuck around with the things that you picked out.
It's fucking weird.
It's weird.
I'm not sure I'm into like. No, I'm not. Yeah. All right, let's get back. Best thing you ate and drank.
Best thing I drank. Well, I wandered into the Four Seasons Hotel.
Just wandered in on
one
accident.
day when I was downtown.
Find the Four Seasons near me.
Yeah, and sat at the bar, had some caviar, and they happened to have the Domaine La Baroche Pure White 21. And after cocktail, it was good. It was really good. Yeah. I drank half and then brought the other half home. It was actually better the next day.
No, that
sense. Pure likes to sit. And then food, weirdly enough, this yogurt pudding at St. John with confit apricots or something. And they're famous for their madeleines, and the couple next to me was really nice and gave me some madeleines. But I ate really, it's hard to pick because I ate really well. I ate sushi at the Shard, 54 floors up, looking down at the tower, the London Bridge and the Tower of London, and eating sushi and drinking sake. And then I was I don't even remember half the places I have to.
And you deleted all the photos so that Pam Bondi wouldn't arrest you at the border.
Yeah, exactly. Only have the Palestine ones and the marches and stuff. I did have fish and chips one time at a place that looked really good. It was my favorite place to eat was a place called Pret à Manger. It's if they had them here, they would be the most.
I saw that post.
I have no idea why they're not here.
And then I looked at them.
Do they have them in New York? I think
do they really? They need them here. It's because I was told that that's where all the locals eat. It's sandwiches, salads, juice, coffees, teas. But it's like a Starbucks salad. They're everywhere, but they're cheap as hell. The salad has like quinoa, hummus, falafel, lettuce, pickled beets, and it's like $5. Yeah. And you can either eat it in there or take stuff to go. And all the sandwiches are bomb. It's all super healthy food. So that's what I did was during the day or was eat cheap and then spend my money at night going to the crazy, stupid places. Right. Oh, the Savoy. Yeah. This is the American bar. The Savoy was actually pretty bomb too.
Yeah. That was the one that.
Dude, that place is crazy. Yeah. and got busted trying to acquire some souvenirs there. And
no American bar forks in your pocket on the way out?
It was really funny because I wanted to take some coasters home, and my little pick from my martini, like they use a really nice silver pick, logo or whatever. And I was trying to figure out a way how to slide these things into my jacket, realizing that there's got to be cameras watching me, right? And this
you were the first person to try and steal that freaking that martini olive pick.
I managed to get one they do cocktails to go. So I got one of their cocktails to go that was logoed by them. And then I remember I went downstairs to the bathroom. And then I left and went, holy shit, I forgot my bag. So I went back to get my bag. And in my bag was 2 coasters and the cocktail pick.
Really?
My server, probably out of the corner of his eye, noticed I was interested in them, and he's like, "Fuck it, just take them." And he was pretty cool.
Here's to that guy.
He gave me a bunch of different names of places that I should go, and so he just kind of slid them. So I didn't actually have to steal them.
You were gifted.
I was gifted cool leather coasters and my cocktail pick. Yeah,
that's rad.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, Brian.
Thank you. Yeah.
Only day we missed you was Grenache Day.
Yeah, I was bummed not to celebrate it, and I thought Sandra would be like the next best thing, and then she totally bailed on me.
What was the Grenache scene in London? Were you able to find it places? None.
No, you can. The thing is, like, mostly French and Spanish on wine lists. Very little California wine.
Yeah.
And then even the French stuff, here I go to a restaurant, I know 90% of the French wineries that they have on their list. It was the opposite. I knew probably 10% of the wineries that they had on their list there, because they're getting stuff. The Psalm at the Four Seasons actually talked to me when I was there, and he was just waiting on his 22s. So like Burgundy or Chateauneuf, like he's like, oh yeah, the 22s are coming in this week. So that's why I got to change the entire wine list. And
is that earlier than they'd be landing here?
I don't know, but I think I get the feeling that they're getting shit that we're not getting. They're getting, because they're closer, and the American market, you know how it is. The American market gets stuff made for the American market a lot of times from other countries. But the wines were, all the wines were great. Everything I ordered. Pricing great. Like that bottle of Domaine La Baroche 2018 Chateauneuf that I got was $40. I think it would be $45 in the US, which is great,
very,
right?
very reasonable.
But then
probably wholesale in the US.
Yeah. But then like a California cab that I could get here for like $80, there was like 120, 150 or some shit. Yeah, I found a cool little like cheese shop, wine shop. Yeah, people are drinking, but there's just so many fucking people. It's crazy how big it is. And then sorry, I can talk for hours about my trip, but cool.
I was waiting for the slideshow.
That's going to be that'll be on the website.
That'll be on Instagram.
That'll be on Instagram.
Just talking to your like Uber drivers and the Muslim neighborhoods, because I would just take off and walk. I was averaging like between 5 and 7 miles a day, just like walking around neighborhoods. And the Muslim neighborhoods, super cool, man. They got dope food. And a lot of them, they're just like hanging out, hookahing up and watching soccer and
just not drinking Grenache.
Not drinking Grenache. No. Yeah. And then most of the Uber drivers are from either Africa or somewhere in the Middle East. Yeah. Had a guy tell me one night he was from Afghanistan, from Kabul. And we were talking about irrigation because he has 5 acres of almonds in Kabul. And I was telling him about irrigation systems here and how you can isolate specific drip things. And he's like, dude, how much is that? I'm like, I don't know.
For 5 acres of almonds, probably not that expensive. I mean, I don't know what the what the exchange rates are like.
Yeah, who knows? But it was funny because
and all that technology. Never mind.
Right. Yeah. So he says, we're doing most stuff off of our well. But
it's probably mainly flood irrigation.
I don't think so. But who knows? I don't know. But he said the like if your neighbor saw that you had a well, until recently they would just like try and find out where the water ran, and they would go like hijack your well. But he goes, thank God the Taliban came in, and now they're regulating all that stuff.
You don't hear
and
every
I
day.
was like, oh, cool.
Well, that was kind of like when the cannabis, the guerrilla cannabis growers here in Sonoma would tap into the vineyards irrigation lines.
Irrigation hose running 3 miles out into the woods.
Right.
Like, I wonder what's going on over there.
Do not follow that line.
Right.
Well, at least not alone.
Yeah. So anyway, Sandra's doing good. She was just there checking out art, and she's already plotting. I can't really say a lot because she's plotting for the newest restaurant. What she's going to do art-wise.
Okay.
She doesn't get into most of the day-to-day like menu stuff anymore, but she
all
is
over the
interested in how everything looks. So she's, but she's doing what I want to do. She's traveling around the world.
Who doesn't?
She goes on tours. She goes to restaurants, and then if something cool pops up, she's like, "Cool, let's go to that." I'm like, "That's dope."
It is dope.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Totally.
It's awesome.
So how was Grenache Day? How was Cameron?
Dude, did I send you that video? Cameron,
Yeah.
So if you've been to the tasting room in the tasting house in the last few months on the weekends, we had this guy Cameron of Sepian from LA. I don't think I said it right.
House
Sorry,
of Pain.
House of Pain.
Yep.
And Brian essentially discovered him busking at Oliver's.
I knew he played music, but then when I went
Yeah.
to Oliver's one day on my way home, and he was outside, and the woman that was checking me out with my groceries, I'm checking out at the like 9 items or less thing or whatever, and Cameron's right by the door. He sees me and waves, and I wave to him, and she goes, "Do you know that guy?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "That is the best music person we have ever had out in front of Oliver's." And I'm like, "Cool." And then I went out and listened to him. I was like, "Holy shit."
No, it was legit. He does this like mouth trombone thing.
That's what you sent me.
Yeah, it was just wild. So the music was great. Tacos and Grenache. We had a fun time. Kids, the chalk in the driveway has lasted all week. Maybe the rain will wash it away.
Maybe the rain won't come.
Maybe the rain won't come.
Yeah.
And we opened a bunch of stuff out of the cellar. There was some
Did
good
you get
one.
approval of that from Brian?
That was,
Yeah, right.
yes, I texted him as we were doing it.
Yeah.
No, it was
Were you holding
outside of inventory? Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Brian
it
doesn't
looked
hold
like they had
anything.
some fun
He
stuff.
sells it all.
Right.
That's what we're here for, right?
The Jeff Cohn and Charlotte collab was delicious.
Oh yeah.
Some random bottle from Gigondas that I had was amazing. Yeah, it was. But we needed a song. We needed the Grenache lover. But other than that, it was perfect.
No.
It was the weather. I mean, it's been such perfect weather for everything. It really has.
Yeah.
So it was a perfect night.
Yeah, I know you were just talking to those people that walked in a little while ago, but you said you guys are somewhere between 25-35% done picking grapes or something.
Yeah.
For you guys.
No, for Enterprise. For us, yeah, close to about the same. Maybe a little less.
There goes your dad and Maria driving by on their way out to
Go do something important.
do something.
Yeah, so it's this week is getting crazy.
All the charts came out this week.
Yeah,
How we getting to here, getting to there.
Yeah, exactly.
And we knew it was going to be busy because we're on the calendar. All the employees of 16600 are on the calendar to go pick Zinfandel on Saturday. I texted Jasmine on Monday and I'm like, "Hey, what is this Google invite that I just got? It's like for 6:30 in the morning." And she goes, "I don't know. It's my day off. I'll tell you tomorrow." I'm like, "Okay." And then she never got back to me.
Oh, she just let you hang on that one?
Yeah. So I figured it was like a Zoom meeting or something. I don't know.
Yeah, 7:30 Zoom, 6:30 Zooms. No, we're gonna and Kelly's gonna come up because they're here. Kelly and Ryan are here at the end of the week.
Right.
We're having dinner with them on Friday night, and then Saturday morning, 6:30, we're gonna see what 6'2" Kelly Corn, however tall she is. She's perfect in those terraces. She can reach over, hand us the bins.
She's probably gonna bring. She's gonna bring like a 7-iron. She's gonna be like, "Here, hold the bin."
You need whatever club you would take out into the rocks. So you're like that throwaway club, and you have your rock skis. You have something that you're not going to worry about dinging because that'd be about the only club you'd want to. We've definitely put some golf balls out into that venue, not in a straight line. But
great podcast, by the way. If you guys don't listen to Kelly Cornett, A Cork in the Road, her podcast that she did with Barbara Gorder.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard that. Great podcast.
Yeah, Barbara's hitting the podcast circuit hard right now. I dig it. And all about DTC.
Yeah. No, it was great. Dug into Barbara's history a little bit and what they're doing at the DTC symposium. It was great.
Which is coming up when?
January 20th at the Grand Hyatt in Monterey.
Very good.
And maybe some sort of, they kind of teased it on the podcast, but maybe some sort of like golf aspect.
I think that we're not supposed to talk about it yet, but yes.
Well, fuck that. Then don't tell us.
Then don't tell us.
Right, exactly.
Newsflash. There's going to be like a little scramble tournament one morning. There's going to be like a share your AVA wine tasting. I think we're going to set up sort of like MJ did at Sorbet at the edge of the wine tasting and grab some people. Cool. We have our room set aside for us.
And I heard there's other podcasters podcasting.
Well, we're gonna have a fucking throwdown then.
I don't know how that
You're like
happened.
that scene in the end of Anchorman, where all the different news teams.
Great, can we just
news
go
teams
from,
assemble?
Right. How about if we record 10 to 2 and then they record the rest of the day?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and then we just bounce and go drink wine and go out to dinner.
We'll just, we'll take this, and this.
We're gonna need we're the official podcast of the DTC Wine Symposium tag. Then invite other podcasters. Barbara.
Yeah.
No,
that's just what I heard on that podcast.
I mean,
Kelly Cornett's gonna be there at the very least.
With beyond Kelly and MJ.
Is MJ gonna be there?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Hawk Waka Waka's gonna be there.
The Hawk. Can't wait for that.
Opening keynote.
Yeah.
Of course, we need to make sure that we can attend those things. Our scheduling.
Yeah. Well, now they have me on a panel too. So
you said yes?
I said yes. Of course I said yes. Opportunity for microphone and audience. I have a hard time saying no to those. Yeah. And with Jason Haas as the moderator.
Oh, okay.
Right? That's why I said yes.
Yes.
He'll make me look smart.
Exactly.
A lot of stuff in the media about boxed wines. I saw a report yesterday, top 10 best boxed wines. We were not in it. For
We didn't. I guess we
600.
probably should have submitted. Can't wait. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's true. But then I saw another article on box wines. So anyway, people are recognizing
and recognizing fine wine in boxes.
Yeah, it's
sure.
happening.
It's happening. Thank God.
Bedrock and Tobless were both in the top 10 list.
Yeah, just do what Jason and Morgan do. That's a pretty good business plan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Write that down.
Right, exactly. Write a business plan.
Yeah.
And then Bart, what do you said that you have Chenin and Sauvignon Blanc.
So I got some Chenin Blanc from Betty's Vineyard from Ballantine and
so that happened.
Napa Valley. Yep, your connection did.
Hook up.
Yep, it sure did. And it was great. Went over, they picked it, delivered it. Looks really good. It's fermenting along. About to go into some old French oak barrels. Right now it's just been in tank, kind of kicking off. And then my Sauvignon Blanc that I got from Liquid Sky, thanks to Sam.
You got Liquid Sky Sauvignon.
You got a little Liquid Sky Sauvignon Blanc.
Dope.
That was when I was incapacitated. They picked it, and Sam cut a deal with our good friends at Stone Edge, and they pressed it and held it cold. And I went and picked it up on Tuesday morning and racked it into a tank, and it's currently fermenting in tank on cold at the winery.
Nice.
And smells amazing.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's one of
nice slow fermentation.
Did Stone Edge get Sauvignon Blanc from there before it was all estate?
No, that Sauvignon Blanc always went to the little Liquid Sky label that is no longer in production.
Okay. But still, Moon Mountain Sauvignon Blanc.
Moon Mountain Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah,
that
Moon Mountain
happened.
Sauvignon Blanc and Napa Valley Chenin Blanc.
Chenin Blanc. So that's in. I'm going to get some Zin from Go for Run here on Monday. And we'll see what else happens. I'm currently negotiating with my wife.
Right.
Well, what else are you supposed to be doing? Your son's in college. What does she want you to do while she's making money on the phone?
Yeah.
What is that? Are you supposed to be like cleaning the yard or something?
Okay. Easy, Brian.
What I'm serious. What are you?
She's concerned with that I don't overdo it this harvest.
Okay.
And as everybody at the winery is kind of the same thing. I went to clean the press after the Chenin Blanc, and they were like, no, you're not. They wanted me to wait and let them do it. So Anyway.
So what it sounds like is you need an intern.
I have so many people that want to help, thank goodness, and I'll be using them.
Do you want to take your PSA moment?
Yeah, well, take it now, and then looks like Sam's got business to attend to.
So a lot of people that follow me on social media probably know about this. Many people probably don't. So here's what happened. On September 13th and 15th, Terry and I both turned 60. And to celebrate those birthdays, we went down to Palm Desert to play a little round of golf and just kind of relax and enjoy some time.
All right, thank you.
And while on Sunday morning, we were driving back to the Ontario airport to fly home, ready to start harvest on Monday morning. And my vision got a little wonky, we'll just say. And I was very sweaty hands. I couldn't I was very fidgety. And I was driving, so I pulled over.
Oh, shit.
And this time I didn't go, I'll be all right. Let's just go to the airport. And so there was 2 hospitals in the area. There was, if we went backwards a mile, it would have been the Banning Hospital. We went forward 5 miles. It was Redlands Community Hospital. And somehow Redlands Community Hospital sounded better. I wanted to go forward. And so we got there, and it turns out it was a stroke center. And I was standing in the emergency room telling the woman what was wrong with me, handing her my card while Terry was parking the car. And a woman came from behind the counter and took me by the hand and led me right back into the emergency room.
No shit.
They knew exactly what was going on. Huh. And after spending the day in the hospital, in the emergency room, poked and prodded and CAT scanned, MRI, what they call a bubble test, X-rays. It was determined that I had a small stroke called a TIA. The crazy thing about this is that I had 2 incidences before all this happened where Terry accused me when we were having dinner. She says, "Have you been drinking? You're slurring your words." And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And on the Wednesday before we left to go down to the desert, that was one of those things. And I was holding a plastic water bottle and I dropped it like 4 times. Just slipped out of my hands, and I didn't really pay much attention to it. And because we were going away, I got her to, not stress, went to bed, woke up in the morning and felt just fine. And so we went on the trip. But looking at it now, it was probably a little bit of a precursor. It happened twice. Right. What they called fluttering, it was some sort of little blockage, but it was getting by. But that should have been a big warning. And truth be told, you guys, I have high blood pressure. And I've known it for 4 years. I was on medication and I was monitoring my blood pressure, and I knew the medication wasn't keeping up with it. And I was supposed to go back to the doctor, and I didn't. And I ignored it. I would take my blood pressure medicine one day and forget it for a couple of days, or, just forget it. And then I just kind of quit monitoring my blood pressure. And those of you who know me know that I like food, so I don't really worry about my diet. I mean, I'm a big guy. I always will be a big guy. And so, but I eat fairly healthy, but still the weight.
And you're on your bike all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I mean, it's not like I'm inactive, but I'm also like 60 years old, and I'm it, and I wasn't taking care of business, and I got my ass bit, so to speak. It was a real wake-up call. I think the biggest wake-up call was when I was sitting in the emergency, or sitting in my room on Monday morning, my birthday, and it was before visitors were allowed in, so I was in there by myself, and the doctor came in and said, very nice woman, Eastern Bloc accent, but not a lot of bedside manner. Right. Very matter-of-factual. She walked in. She said, "Did they tell you what happened?" And I said, "No." She said, "You had a stroke, and the neurologist will be by later to talk to you about it," and left. And I sat there for an hour and a half, and I thought about that, and I thought about, all the ramifications. Like the things that came to mind was, of course, Dane, Terry, my mom, and then like if something would have happened, Terry having to unravel the winery.
Oh God,
you gotta clean that shit up, man.
It would have just been sell everything, give it all away. Anyway, so I that's my PSA. If you have people in your life that they have blood pressure problems, make sure they're seeing their doctor. If you think you have blood pressure problems, if you don't think you do, at least know what you have. What you have. It doesn't take that much to get it aligned.
Guys are the worst. We're the worst
Yeah.
about this kind of shit. When I told Bart, we're at that age we can't fuck around anymore. It's like you have to it's one of the things that has to be a priority in your life is keeping your shit in check.
Right.
And I'm the same way. Like, who wants to go have a thumb shoved up their butt, to do the colonoscopy or whatever? But you can take home the test now where you just
shove your own thumb up.
No, but where you take a stool sample, and you send it off in the mail or whatever. And even that, like, I've had one for like 3 or 4 months sitting in my place that I haven't done because it's just not appealing to you. Like, oh, I gotta swab a fucking piece of shit in the toilet and send it into these people, but you gotta fucking do it.
Right. I mean, the one thing I do feel pretty good about is I had every test there was to have, and everything looks normal with the exception of that. So, no like major weird things in my brain, nothing in my arteries.
They couldn't tell you went to Petaluma High School.
They couldn't tell. They couldn't tell. So I've had all those tests, and then of course I was reminded that it's been 10 years since I had my colonoscopy. So I will be going in for my colonoscopy also. And then that's it. So try to lose some weight, eating differently. Not having salami sandwiches 4 days a week.
Just cutting them down to 2 days. Weinberg or Broadway Market? This is the real question.
I mean,
whatever.
I'm an equal opportunity.
The wind blows
I'm
you.
an equal opportunity pork consumer. We had a little discussion about pork. I said, don't you remember that advertising thing? Pork, the other white meat. And my doctor had none of that. Having nothing of that. Especially, she goes, I suppose you like to cook it in its own sauce or in its own, fat too. I'm like, yeah, crock pots are great.
Right. Or at least eat it that way. Yeah. No, it's all important shit to remember in this hedonistic industry and lifestyle that we lead. You can keep doing it as long as you keep your shit in check, right?
That's it. I mean, there was never a talk with my doctor about, how much wine do you drink? I think the woman in the emergency room was a little appalled by when I told her how much wine I drink on a daily basis.
Really?
But I told her I'm professional, Well, because you say anything like half a bottle and they're like, what? Or a bottle.
Did you say, yeah, you guys used to tell us that shit was good for us?
Well, I don't think they don't. It's not them.
And you talk to doctors in Sonoma. They have adjusted what they consider to be healthy wine consumption based on the health of their patients.
Right.
If you're in Sonoma and you drink more wine than probably the average American, and you go to your doctor and maybe everything's fine except for your blood pressure or something, and they ask you this question of, what your wine consumption is, and you technically would be consuming too much.
I told him, I said, at least I'm being honest.
Right. But this is the naturopath in town. He's like, it's obvious that when you're drinking Sonoma wine, anyway, health, this is our PSA. No, when you're consuming wine in a responsible and moderated manner, like we do if you're listening to a wine podcast, you care about what it tastes like and where it comes from and what you're eating it with and the whole thing, that obviously that is not the detriment to our health that the World Health Organization would like us to think it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky.
I am lucky.
We're lucky.
No,
What the fuck was I going to do with that Sauvignon Blanc?
Oh my God.
Exactly. I mean, what I loved is that
It wasn't.
I think I called. It was right. I think I called you to tell you what happened, and you said, "Oh, well, guess what?
We're picking your grapes tomorrow.
We're picking your grapes tomorrow, and it'll be there for you."
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you. That's it was good.
Well, you got some local guys that'll help you out with stuff.
Oh
right?
yeah, no, I have plenty of help, and realistically, I'm good. I understand the first day they want me crawling in the press and cleaning the press.
Look, you shouldn't be crawling into the press, and that's what Dane is for. Of course, he's in college.
Dane's in college,
yeah, and wouldn't do that anyway.
No. The day I can't clean the press is the day that I have somebody else do it.
Exactly.
Let's see what else is going on, you guys.
Vintage Festival starts this weekend.
Vintage Festival starts this weekend.
I thought it already happened. I was seeing one.
Tomorrow is the Great Spritz Off at Three Sticks.
Yesterday is the Great Spritz Off at Three Sticks.
Tonight,
and Kenny won.
Kenny won.
Yeah,
Kenny gonna win.
Kenny's gonna win.
Kenny's gonna win.
Yeah.
Tonight is the Sonoma Valley Harvest Dinner at Beyonce. And then tomorrow starts all things Vintage Festival on the plaza. And then the grand tasting at the Barracks, 6 p.m. on Saturday night. Tickets are still available at this point. But if you're listening to this on anything other than Friday morning, it's probably too late.
You could probably talk your way into the grand tasting.
Yeah, well, I think there'll still be tickets available. They did extend the space, so there is more people than last year. So There are still tickets available. Still flubbing on my words. It's really amazing.
Look,
you can't tell the difference.
I know.
That's fair, Sam. That's fair.
It's a good thing I'm not a doctor, I'm not sure there's a difference here between. I think you're fine. Take your drugs, whatever they are.
Can we talk about this 24 Rossi Homage Blanc?
I need to taste it. I have 8 minutes before I have a Zoom call that I'm supposed to be on.
It's fucking great. I think I've only tried it twice.
I haven't tasted it in a while. This is in your currently sending out fall Phil Sunday.
Yeah. Well, what I'm curious about, because now I got you for 8 minutes. Tell me so I can do my job. What the fuck's the deal with the acacia barrel?
Oh, the acacia barrel.
Okay, tell me tell me this story.
So it's our friend Kristen Watts, who is now, I think one of her jobs is repping this small cooperage in Burgundy.
This is the woman that I ran into at Roan Ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And one of the things that they do, and they use these in lots of white Burgundies that she brought one in, and they do these barrels that are essentially every other stave is acacia wood mixed in with the oak, and it just sort of gives some different textural and flavor elements. So of the how many rushes did we make? There was 250 cases or so. So of the 12, I can't do the math, and neither can you. One of those
the
barrels,
10
barrels. I think there was 11 barrels. One of them, it was for the first time ever with Homage Blanc, a new barrel. It
was an acacia barrel.
A new 50% oak, 50% acacia barrel. I think is.
Acacia is something that's happened for a long time historically.
Yeah.
It's not something new, but
it's
something that's gaining in some
isn't
popularity.
That acacia, that pink?
No, that's a crepe myrtle.
Crepe myrtle.
Oh.
Acacia, at least as it shows up here, is an invasive species with all those that blooms early, big yellow flowers, big trees with yellow flowers, and they're
pretty, right?
They're pretty, but and the stands of the acacia sort of just take over, and there's tons of little shoots and big ones in the middle. But I don't know if that's the same acacia that they
could
make
be
the
a different
barrels.
species
Yeah,
of acacia.
I think it is,
because it would have to be something that grew very straight and very
cold hardy,
and
because I think the invasive acacia that we have here is native to South Africa or something like that.
Huh.
Yeah. So, but right, it's
and known as a more subtle flavor,
right.
Again, that all goes with how much you toast the wood. But I think the whole idea is that it's an alternative kind of texture.
And this was, it's a light medium sort of toast on that. And again, and it's less than 10% of the final wine, but in all of our blending trials, gave just this sort of like subtle hint of seriousness. That I think sort of is a more grown up version of Homage Blanc as this wine keeps evolving.
Yeah.
So overall, Sam, what's the word out in the vineyard like? Things picking so far? What are you hearing? Things are picking heavy?
I think it depends on the variety.
Right.
Grenache is looking heavy. We're dropping a lot of Grenache. The Zin that we picked yesterday came in, almost 3/4 of a ton lighter than it came in 24. So I think it's kind of all over the map. Cab looks heavy. The white Rhones at Rossi Ranch are loaded. So it's and just like the consistency of the fruit is the thing that is sort of the most notable. It's just because it was such a sort of consistently temperate summer. Everything just kind of ripened at the same time, and there's not patches of tons of dried berries and overloaded places. It just kind of everything is
right. I mean, that's what
real straight line.
Be, yeah. And I mean, the couple feedback I've got from my wineries is crop fairly heavy on both one Pinot and another and Syrah's not in yet, but again, everything's consistent, beautiful.
Yeah.
Pinot, Jamie was crushing some Pinot today, little tiny berries, but God, tastes and smells so good.
Yeah.
Fermentations just smell amazing.
And things ripening at fairly low pHs.
Yeah.
So really just like nice, great, bright acidity, natural acidity out there. It's a terrible year to have a great year.
On the other side of that, though, there's no doubt making a couple trips over to Napa and whatnot and around the county that there have been large chunks of vineyard pulled out
for sure.
And large chunks that you really see that they were never pruned.
Right.
At first when they're first pruned, you kind of look at it and go, wow, it doesn't look quite right. Right. But now you see it. Yeah. So, and that's all about getting back to this adjustment that adjusting, been talking about.
Yeah.
So.
No, I mean, the numbers were that basically California won't produce enough wine to meet what current demand is right now.
Is that,
slightly under whatever the normal number of consumption is, but there's a ton of inventory. So it's like an inventory adjustment is kind of what we're going through.
Yeah. Like 20.
Yeah.
Bellarine. Yeah, I was going to say, you got to bail. So you want
I got to bail.
Tell our last party of the year. Finally.
Well, no.
I don't think so.
There's some things cooking. There's some things cooking with some people who are on The Voice.
Oh, cool.
Right,
which I have been now watching the last couple nights.
I'm way too late.
I haven't seen The Voice in so
Marty,
long.
I've never watched The Voice.
And now I'm freaking watching The Voice.
Laughing at Michael Bublé's fucking jokes. It's like, what happened to me? I used to be so cool.
But Snoop's actually really funny.
Yeah, the Snoop element. And how do you not love Reba McEntire? The Big Harvest Party. October 12th at the Denmark Street Barn. It's a holiday weekend, so Monday's off for a lot of schools and banks and such.
For us too.
I think there's probably already tastings booked for the.
That sucks.
So Abbey Road's lineup is solidified with Reed Mathis, Aaron Manger from the Disco Biscuits, keyboardist for the Disco Biscuits, Brian Rashap, who's the bassist with Mother Hips, and Alex Kofert, who's on drums, who's playing with everybody. All right, people are looking at me and telling me I have to go.
You got it.
All right, you know what the rest of it is.
But yeah, that's October 12th.
Nice to see you, Bart. Welcome back, Brian.
Thank you. Valley's doing the food out at the barn. It's Phil's 60th harvest, 16600 20th anniversary, 10th anniversary of being in the tasting room. So Sam just decided to kind of go big this year. This is going to be one of those parties that I think is going to be the best concert in Sonoma in a long time, and it'll definitely sell out. If you're a wine club member, you can always reach out to us and we'll give you a little bit of break on the tickets. But you can just go to the website or call us, or because now it's officially tickets are officially available. And it's going to be a Sunday. It'll be like 4 to 8. So you'll be listening to music as the sun's going down.
Well, then the sun will be going down because it's later.
We had to work out lighting because we got to get some of the lights from the vineyard guys so that we can clean up afterwards.
I mean, you can tell things have changed in that, it's dark. It's dark in the morning a lot later, and the shift has happened for sure. Yeah.
Wasn't it first day of fall yesterday or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
When we're recording this. Yes.
Yeah.
The equinox has happened. I mean, we didn't really talk about this, but there is a certain spiritual or mental thing of, now that the solstice has happened and it is fall, now it's time to start picking red grapes.
Huh.
Like, that was always kind of a philosophical thing that we used to talk about.
Huh.
Like, is everything really ready? All the energy is now, the energy that was coming out of the ground, going into production, is now going back into the ground.
This sounds like a Mike Benziger.
It might have been
rambling.
Alan York, Mike Benziger.
Totally.
But you know what? I've heard Phil Couturi say it many times,
Yeah.
Don't pick anything until after the solstice. Try not to pick any red grapes is what it was.
Right.
So anyway.
All right, well,
we are working on new guests. So it's kind of we've been kind of
all over the road
here. And so we'll be working on a bunch of new guests
coming
up for the fall, going into winter.
I know you and I were trying to get up to Amador, and but it's just with harvest and me being gone, and so we'll see.
It'll happen. Happen.
Yeah.
As always, if you have any questions, reach out. Subscribe, record, review, tell your friends. Drink more Zinfandel. It's still the year of Zinfandel.
It is. Yep. All right, cool. Where are you off to?
Back to the winery.
Okay.
Stick my head in fermentation tanks.
Cool.
Smell. I breathe deep with the CO2.
Yeah, right. You definitely need an intern. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week. If you guys want tickets for any of these events, you're listening to this on Friday, give us a shout out. Talk to you later.